Okay. Um, I'll make sure that I make a second video today. I just wanted to. I didn't have the energy. I've been physically experiencing more fatigue than before, and it's hard for me to function due to what's happening to my body and all these things they're doing to me. But I'm just have to always start off by saying thank you, God. This trash involving this, as bad as thing as it's gonna be for me, they wanted to do these things in this fantasized way and in every ways. If anything, they will not accomplish what they're accomplishing in the fantasy that they've created. The nastiness, the foulness, the cowardice, the disturbingness has been put in their faces. And so whatever happens to them at this point, they know it's gonna happen. You don't leave this foulness without expecting anything. It's gonna come. Some of these perps just start very young with they don't even have anything going on in life yet. Nothing. This is all they have. Some of these people participating in what's happening, they have nothing. When I'm talking about loserness, I'm not talking about, literally, they have nothing accomplished in life yet. This is their life right now. And to know like you have nothing, and you see people who have things, life going that way, in real time you experience that. You see me how I interact with these people, you see how I look at them, so you can only imagine how I look at these perps who have nothing. This trash is so, this trash that just rely on the encouragement of people who are just a psyop. This is the trash who's supposed to gaslight me to this manipulation. It's so amazing. They don't even understand how they're being perceived as just the nothingness that they are. They don't even have the concept that this man, this woman, whatever, me, they try to demasculate me, or they say that I'm going to be me, as whatever the pronouns they can use, has no respect in regard of what they're saying about who I am, because this person knows what they do very well, and he thinks that these people are just trash, torturing men, women, and children, and known to be manipulative in this way, with psyops that are so degrading and this so stupid, psyops that are so failed in what they're supposed to be doing. You have to be a clown. I use their pictures as the validation. Look at these perps here. Look how pathetic. This is nothings. Want me to think that this is not happening to me. These trash are here try to paint themselves in this fashion. Look at these frauds. And what they're involved in. Try to make me accepting of these disturbing manipulations. These losers, they're near retards. I'm sorry, I'm gonna call them retarded. Want me to think, oh no, you're not being manipulated in this way. We're just mapping their brain. You know, trash. You fall. You're manipulating me to experience these degrading things, and they could do that in the fucking 60s. And look at your retarded ass. Try to gaslight me. I was going to the train. I saw one of these like childlike male individual. Oh my goodness. It made sense. It made sense. He's like a freaking child. He was just frustrated. He's just walking. He's like, look at this clown. Are you conscious that you look like that? So sketchy. Little fucking childlike individual. With just all this frustration, like, look at clown. I wanted to spit on his face, and they get frustrated because they really want you to like accept this. It's like, do you even know what you're looking like right now? Do you like listen? You shouldn't judge a book by cover. But sometimes, by looking at somebody, it's like, this is like almost a fucking kid who's just frustrated. It's like, look at me. Do you think that you can influence me to believe in these things the way you want me to believe? Like, I don't understand the way these people have no consciousness of how they perceive themselves. They don't even understand that. I was in the hallway. This guy was still like, he started yelling because they were manipulating my brain, this stupidity. I'll make a video about that. This guy looked like he's a drug addict. I'm on the phone. It's like, look at this crackhead. He got quiet. It's like, what I just said shocks you? You don't even know how. So these perps now have been just trying to act like, oh yeah, just the cruelty is gonna, they're still playing this avenging, fierce feminist like psyop of just so disgusting. It's like, yeah, we're there to frame you. We're gonna act like you raped us, and they talk about children. It's like, yes, you are forcing my brain to have these experiences toward these babies in these ways, which you done it to others. And they try to say, no, we just try to get you to get raped. I was like, everybody knows that. Everybody knows what you guys do. What you did is expose yourself that you're capable of making people having sexual stimulation to babies and act like you're protecting children. It's so disgusting. It's so obvious they do that too. There's books written in 69, where they see a man putting stuff in people's brain. And literally in the back saying, we could make people have sexual arousals. In the 60s. And I'm supposed to look at this teenage looking like retards, thinking, now we're mapping. Be strong. It's like, God give me strength. I'm going to run to these horrible things. But I'm taking this fucking retard with me to the different hell. Cowardness at a majestic level. They even fell the way you're supposed to. I'm supposed to think you guys are some brave. Avenging. Look at your patheticness. This gives you the strength that you're sick in life. It empowers you. It gives you this intoxicating feeling. You're nothing. You're cowardness. With this fake psyop of feminism that's so disturbingly foul. This is the type that people don't even want to. You know how, listen. It's obvious that people now can use a psyop of, for example, BLM, Black Lives Matters, all this thing. As you can see, I'm black. Of course, I will be pushing the agenda of and making sure that black people are treated equally. But I also know that this organization is compromised. I understand there's people who push that persona, but they are hypocrites. I work with them. I know what they're involved in. They know what they do to women, black women. But they present themselves like, yeah, we are pushing diversity in these fashions. Like, you're a fraud. I cannot stand around you. Listen, I'm not perfect. I know my imperfection, but this one thing I detest the most is these people who try to make themselves appear to be like this individual of politically correctness and this and that, when in truth, what they connected to shows how opportunist they are. And that exposes you for what you truly are. What you stand for is compromise based on what you get out of it. And then you try to appear like you're a protector. You're doing that because you're daring. You're not daring. You know what you do is easy. It's the most cowardly thing you can imagine. Then to even try to make yourself feel better, you go along with the things that you know this technology has been able to do since the 60s. And using these retards like, yeah, these people are analyzing, yeah, I see my brain. Look at this child, like people, you're wearing pajamas and stuff. You know, I'm gonna make a video with the typical things they do to me. I take screenshot as always. But before that, I wanted to start the day making this video because it is degrading, but you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong in the sense of knowing who you are, because you will be manipulated the way you have to accept one thing as a target individual. If you're dealing with these brain manipulations that this technology can do to you, they will do it the most degrading ways. Okay, they will make you have sex. Is a common tactic, is a thing they do to others, and it's systematic. And then they have perps who have no self-respect, who will gaslight you, as obvious as it is that your brain is altered in these ways, when you know that they could do these things so long ago, and there's validation that these tactics are done to others, but this capability to do it is even there, written white and black. And they still try to gaslight you. You have people, listen, I deal with people of all levels. I can interact with somebody who is an accomplished man and woman with experience in fields of technological aspect of things, and I can also interact with childlike individuals. Well, I don't understand these childlike individuals who interact with me via V2K, who interact with me via this technology that yell things and run back, that pretend they're getting raped by me. What I don't understand is, like, you see who I deal with in the office, right? You see who I'm talking to. You see I respect him, right? No respect. Matter of fact, I respect him less than you, because he has to dumb himself down. You are already at that level of retardation. This person, he really want me to think I'm not being manipulated. Let's just say his name is Sam. Sam loves to talk about his children, because what happened is they play my brain and stimulate me, and then he can play like, oh, I'm in this program because I'm protecting my children. I'm doing it for our children. Sam is involved in a vertical of industry where technology has been developed in the 60s, where a man called Jose Delgado wrote a book, say the capabilities and the factual things we can do in the 50s, in the 60s are this. We can make these animals have sexual arousals. We can have this, get these stimulations in the 60s. Today, with this technology, the manipulation can go to another level. He knows what the technology throughout the year has looked like. He's involved in this technological world. He wants to be like, oh no, let me ignore this book written in 1969. Listen to you, an opportunist in a field where you can benefit from using a human subject, and let you believe that I'm not being manipulated while you're talking about your kid. Oh, listen to these people in the hallways, clearly not trying to create some kind of psychological tormenting tactics. This is clearly them just enraged. Just the madness, just mad. Ugh. That's why I'm yelling in the hallways. That couldn't be part of this cognitive tormenting tactic. They're clowns. I'm not going to be gaslight. This is called gaslighting, okay? They try to use scare tactics to make you identify with these manipulations that they make you have. It's like, oh, we just said, oh my God, oh, it's you. Oh. And I'm supposed to be like, oh no, it's me. You got me again. Perps are just these clowns, and these low-life are clowns too. Target do not identify with this manipulation, this trash. Right now, just expecting it. They want me to think that because they're gonna torture me this way, and they always do that. Oh, when I see this little girl stimulating me, and then they're like, oh, you're gonna be raped, you're gonna be a girl. It's like, I'd rather be a girl than be involved in a program that makes you have this reaction toward these little girls, and then torture little girls too. Then sacrifice these retards I don't even want to call kids. Trash. Let this low life be the trash that they are. They're gonna grow up trash, they're gonna end up trash. But I'm glad I took them down, because these people are opportunists that they're willing to sell their own kids and try to play with the brain and try to make me accepting of this trash. Like, nah, but when you're a kid, like, I'm a grown adult man and you're manipulating my brain. And I know the tortures and the abuses that's been applied onto these children and women. And children partake in this. There's pictures of these children involved in this targeting. Teenagers and all that already involved in this world, doing that to women. It's nasty. Then using this trash, like now, and for me, they try to use this politically correct fake psyop thing. Now you like kids. Now we know who like kids. You see how embarrassing it is? What's not fair? That the entities empowering this trash. That it gives them this feeling of intoxicating feeling of empowerment. That they're just the bottom feeders. Who allows them to be participant in this implementation of this human subject guinea pig, utilizing this technology onto us. Thank you, God. I didn't end up being like one of these bottom feeders, as easy as it is. When we see each other, I have the energy that they really, really need to have in their life. You've made me a martyr. So when you're around me, understand you're going to feel that. For all the abuses, the torture, the killing, and then play this feminist, you fucking trash. For all who've killed themselves. For all who killed others to kill themselves. Then using this 2025, 2024 psyop of feminism that people have been detesting. While there's women dying everywhere from this program, from New York to wherever. Target me, just stay strong. Stay strong and understand that you're lucky. You could have grown up. You've been participating in these things. When they have blood of even infant on their hands. And think they, and they created it because this is obviously a government-led program. They know how to create an ecosystem for the participant to normalize what they do as if it's normal. It's like, for example, when there's wars and genocides and you see people who never participate in atrocities but are able to participate in that because they have an environment, an ecosystem where this is the norm. That a father, a mother, a teacher, and all that can be now capable of killing a child because in the ecosystem they're in the world they're in, it's okay. Now they put this trash in the same kind of state of mind where it's okay to do these things. You're normal. That's the norm. You're a darer. Actually, talk via V2K. Use this technology. Use this tone like of fierceness. You're so fierce. When you're just a coward saying somewhere there. In front of me, you couldn't even say any of that. Tagging me, just stay strong and see this trash for what they are. I dragged some of them into their different hell. Some of them already witnessing this hell today in real time. For all the women they're killing, torturing. Yesterday, let me just wrap up this. Yesterday, they used rape. You're going to hear a lot of disturbing sexual torture, rape-like things happening to women. That is one thing that if you can put, like, if you go through a lot of the testimonials with women, you will have a clear pattern of what is applied to women. Even men, but I think women complain about it the most, talk about it the most. You can clearly hear that a lot of women are talking about sexual torture of some sort. Some of them being raped, literally. Some of them being sexually tortured with this technology. And there's a lot of women participating in that, even participating in the torture of women in this program. It's nasty. You see them in the videos that Target Major are posting of their gang stalkers. You hear them testifying about it. You hear women saying, like, there's a lot of females involved in that. It's clear. Now, of course, I know that's the truth. Perps are coming in all shape or form. It's not like just evil men coming and being evil to women. No. This is a program led by governmental entities. This is now a thing where, But this trash, when they do that to me, they want me to look at this female participant and it's like this avenging, yeah. When these fucking shits are involved in a program that's killing so many women, raping them. And even using that persona onto this woman. And to women, like, we're gonna torture you even worse than the way we tortured women. That makes us fierce in that way. Trash. How they get tortured in the worst way than being involved in the cruelty of that torture woman that level. This woman, Ella, was talking about some, because she has to live in. This woman is a successful woman. Or was successful and reached peaks of success, being successful. But today, she's a target individual. It appears that she just lives in hotels. Obviously, because of her success, I guess she's able to afford to live in these hotels, even though I'm sure it's expensive. And everywhere she goes, in whatever hotel, they literally are gassing her, or at least make it look like she's being gassed, and she's feeling sick, almost passing out. Her health is being compromised as a target individual. She always calls the cops. And one thing they do is and this is a woman who's vocal, right? She's been successful because she has gone for what she wanted. So that kind of personality makes you somebody who is going to be vocal. You're going to talk. You're going to say something. You're not just going to be quiet and do it. You're going to say something. You're going to call it. You're going to try to get out of it. She has a survival state of mind. She calls the cops. But we all know law enforcement is involved in this. This is a program led by the government at the highest level. Don't be fooled by the clowns that you see there. They're nothings. They create a persona of them in a movie in their mind. You should see who's talking to me. The way they're talking, you should see who's talking. And then you compare, like this is you with the voice. God. Some pathetic clown. But this woman tells the cops, and the cops are involved in it. And she's vocal about it. She's talking to the cops. She's like, I know you guys know about target individual. You're covering up. I have this and that going on. Look at my life now. You know what's happening to my life. You don't want to take this complaint. Because these cops were trying to make her have an interaction with some psychiatrist or something like that. Because they always try to make you think that you're crazy. Because they are driving you to insanity. They are impacting your insanity. Can you imagine being tormented at that level? It's a psychological torment tactic. She's not being messed with in this altering and rewiring of the mind directly. They're just messing with her in a different non-V2K-like way. They're not popping their voices in their brain. They're not manipulating the brain, but they're doing other things to just torment her psychologically, which that alone can be deadly, can push somebody to kill themselves. Wherever you go, you have people following you, using scare tactics. She opens the door, you can see people just staring at her. And they do it in a way that if you try to explain what's happening, they're like, okay, it looks like you're crazy. But clearly, gang stalkers, even women, girls, or young adult, or whatever it is, teenage, all the same things. And you see them. And so she talks to the cops. And she's a very articulate black woman because she's been places. She had a news segment about her business and what she was able to accomplish in 2011. So she's able to articulate better than most of us target individual. Saying, hey, I'm trying to make a complaint. Now you try to pass me as if I'm crazy. I have some psychological breakdown. If I was raped and I was coming to you, would you not take information? You would want to take my garments, check what I've drank, look at my drinks, right? So do the same here. I'm saying they're gassing me. Take my complaint to hear what I'm saying, why I'm saying that. You're not even letting me do that. Which makes sense that if somebody says these things as a law enforcement, if you're truly investigating that, you'll figure out, okay, why you're saying that. What are the, like, what's causing you to think this way? Are you seeing fume coming somewhere? Do you, like, the question like that? Make it look like you're investigating something. It's like, why are you feeling dizziness? Like, what kind of feeling do you feel? Let's have somebody check the room, something. So that's what. But these people, these cops come in and immediately make her think that she's crazy, that she needs to talk to somebody, right? Typical things they do to target vigil. Because this law enforcement is involved in this. So immediately when they talk about, when she say, okay, if I was raped, this is what you would do. You would ask to see my garments, and you'll see my drink if I was drugged. They start then immediately make me think of, we're doing it for Courtney. This is a woman I've been with when I was in college. It's a woman that they try to act like they're doing for. When in truth, I don't even want to get back and forth because they want me like, to think like, no, but remember after in the morning, after you were with her at night, this happened and that, and like, I'm not going to talk to people who are literally involved in a program that rapes women, because what she says here brought up another thing. First of all, in these hotel rooms, there's a woman called Katrina who experienced something disgusting, where somebody got into, like, she's saying that when she's asleep, somehow they're able to come in, and because they're able to control her. She locks everything, even the top, like with the chain thing. But somehow she wakes up in pain, bleeding, and all that. And this is not the first time. The first time it happened, she tried to go to a doctor. The doctor refused her a rape kit. And then there's a book written by this Dr. John Hall, who described in chapter 12, like, they have this tendency, when she was talk about there's one of the victims called Mallory, that she would be drugged. They would roofie her and systematically rape her. She's not the first woman. There's a lot of target just talk about this thing. There's a consistency there. And if it's not that kind of rape, they do the torture, the sexual torture that is used using direct energy. They continuously do that. And so they want me to think, oh no, what you did there, that was this and that's. Like, you are here raping women to death. I will not allow you to use this name for you to make yourself believe that you're not involved in a program that's raping women. Trash, you're disgusting shit. What you do to this woman then? What was that? What's happening to this woman being raped? Is that you being there to be involved in that? Trash. You're not allowed to say what this was because you're involved in a program that systematically raped women. And then act like you're avenging. You piece of shit. If Courtney felt like that, at least she has the chance to do whatever. You are destroying this life of women that you're raping at the same time. Then you tell me what this was. Trash us. You are not allowed to speak about her when you're involved in a program that's systematically raping them, and you be like, oh, cool, yeah, whatever. You trash. And she says something about drinks. They literally, there's a chapter about how they put drugs. They're drugging women. It's a chapter called Satellite and Rohypnol. It's a common drug women. They try to make me imagine drugging Courtney. I don't even know what it looks like. I don't know if it's some liquid, it's a pill. To create the stories. Or they talk about Brittany, you got into, it's like, okay, Brittany, at least I got a chance to talk to this woman, living her life. I see her on Facebook doing her thing. I'm not going to let you use those names for you to now believe that you need some fantasy. Killing and raping women. They're like, no, but you lie. You said you used the gun. Like, okay. You think I'm going... This woman, they can't even get a rape kit. You talk about lying. And they use child people. Because they think that because they're children, I'm going to let them be a child thinking this retarded way. No, these kids know. They're being groomed to know, to deflect from what they're involved in. And try to keep this psyop. It's like, no, retards. When you see each other, I'm going to think about all the women and the children that died in this program, that's getting raped in this program. These women that live in the hotels in this fear, that getting sexually tortured. There's a woman called Megan asking her to pray for her because her vagina is so much in pain. Tagging me just as strong.